Hi, this is Stephanie Sherman. In this video, you will learn about sewing soft circuits to make a twinkling wrist cuff. Here you see the materials that we will need for our project. Fabric, scissors, chalk, a sewing needle, conductive thread, a lily twinkle, 4 LEDs, a battery holder, and a coin cell battery. Let's take a closer look at some of the materials. This is conductive thread. The special stainless steel conductive fibers lets electricity pass through. This thread is very brittle, so don't pull it too tight or it will break. Never cross conductive thread, or this will cause a short in your circuit. This is an Arduino, or a single board microcontroller. An awesome tool for physical computing. It can sense and control more of the physical world than your desktop computer. This Arduino is pre-programmed to twinkle. Once you start designing your own projects, you will want to learn how to program your own Arduino. Notice on your LED there's a negative and a positive pin. Notice your coin cell battery fits nicely into your battery holder. First, you should draw your circuit out on paper. You're ready to begin. Have 2 pieces of fabric that you're going to make your wrist cuff out of, and then 1 piece of interfacing where you will place your Lily Twinkle Arduino and your LED lights, just like in the diagram that you've drawn. Your Lily Twinkle and LEDs will be sewed onto your interfacing, then sewn to the top piece of your wrist cuff where your battery holder and battery will be. Make marks using chalk of where you are going to sew your Lily Twinkle and all 4 of your LEDs onto your interfacing material. Time to start sewing. Thread your needle and make a knot. Come up through the pin on your Lily Twinkle board. Sew 3 times around every pin you sew. This is very important for a good electric connection. Now make a stitch from pin 3 to your first LED. Then sew from pin 2 to your second LED, pin 1 to your third LED, and your 0 pin to your 4th LED. These are all separate stitches. It is important not to let your knots get loose in the back. This can cause a short in your circuit. Also, make sure none of your threads are crossing. You can use a dab of glue to make sure your knots stay together. Now connect your negative pins. Start with your first negative pin in your first LED and sew around to the other negative pins of your LEDs. Once you've sewn around through all the negative pins, keep sewing in that same stitch and sew into the negative pin on your Lily Twinkle. Now sew up from your negative pin on your Twinkle through the fabric to the negative pin on your coin cell battery holder. Your last connection is going to be to sew from the positive pin on your Lily Twinkle up through your fabric to the positive pin on your coin cell battery holder. Your final step is to check the knots in the back of your sewing. Make sure that they are not loose. If they are, you can use a small piece of tape or dab of glue to hold them down. Also be sure that the threads are not crossing. Place your coin cell battery in your battery holder and then watch your wrist cuff twinkle. To finish your wearable wrist cuff, sew the seams with regular thread or use a sewing machine.